Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am Grace Adoku, and if you are new here, in here I share personal development tips, self-help tips, and generally tips to help us become the best versions of ourselves. Life has taught me so many lessons, and today I'm going to share with you some of the most important lessons I have learned or I am still learning along the way. 1. Self-love is non-negotiable. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you cannot expect others to love you when you do not love yourself. Learning how to love myself is a game changer for me because I grew up in a home where my parents never really said I love you to me. The first I love you ever that I heard came from a man, and this made me, go into relationships that I never should have gone into, simply because I wanted to be loved. I didn't get that from home, and I wanted to be loved. I started seeking validations from other people. I relied on other people to tell me my worth. I relied on other people to tell me they love me. I believed that love was something that you earn. You have to do something to be loved. I became a people's pleaser, always putting other people's needs above mine. Wanting to make every other person happy and every other person comfortable while I was, burning inside. I did not feel loved at home. I did not feel accepted by outsider. I felt like I only felt loved at home, or loved at home when I had something to give. And if I was not contributing, if I was not giving anything, then you are not welcome. I became a pick-me girl. I was so desperately in need of love that I would offer myself to anybody, thinking they loved me if they say so. Love is not what people say to you, because people can pretend to love you when they really do not, when they are just using you. All these experiences made me decide to start loving myself and putting myself first. When I started loving myself, all hell broke loose, because those users that were draining me physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially started pointing fingers. Oh, Grace is very wicked. Oh, she does not like to assist. Oh, she does not like to do this. Oh, she does not like to do that. And calling me wicked or evil or selfish because I refused to get used. And you know what? That was when I realized I was doing something that was good. I was finally doing something that was good for myself. And when those same people could not manipulate me and persuade other people to join in their hate, they decided that they wanted to come back to my life. And then they want me to believe that maybe they love me so much and that everything that happened did not happen, or I am not supposed to know what I know about them, or I'm not supposed to believe what I believe. Maybe I don't know what I am doing, or I don't know. What I realize is, when you put yourself first and you start loving yourself and you start doing things for yourself, every other thing start coming to you. Okay, it's just like seeking the kingdom of God. God said that you should put him first and every other thing follows. And who is God? If God is within you, start putting yourself first, and then see other things falling into place. Even the people that rejected you, we wish they had not rejected you. The people that played you dirty, we wish they had not played you dirty. And the people that took for granted would definitely want to have you back in their life. So your self-love should not be negotiable. I want you to start pouring back into yourself, taking care of yourself and loving yourself, because it is not selfish, it is self-full. When you are full, because it's only when you are full, when your cup is full, that you can, it can run over and, touch, it can spill over or run over and touch every other thing around you and every other person around you. 2. You are your greatest investment. You are your greatest investment, and believe me when I say you are your greatest investment. Whether you are learning, growing, or simply taking care of yourself, nothing pays off more than prioritizing your own development. Story time. I grew up in Benue State and Abeokuta before moving to Lagos. But while in Abeokuta, something happened that made me realize you are on your own. At the age of, I think I was around 10 years old, I just realized you are on your own. And if you do not, work on yourself, you would never get what you want for yourself. As a child, I had to come to that realization on my own and started plotting my escape. In as much as it hurts me to share the story between me and my mother, I think I want to share this because I want to help somebody out who sometimes feels like they were a mistake, that they never should have been in this world. You know, and my mother had a very difficult relationship. My mother would always remind me that I was a problem. I grew up thinking, I started plotting my escape because my mother kept on reminding me that I was a problem, that I was her problem. That she would have never given birth to me, that I practically cannot live with her. In as much as I try to let go or I try to forgive and move on, but I do not have a good memory. I don't have any positive memory about my mother. She's alive, but I don't want to talk to her. I don't like speaking to her. I don't like calling her. Sometimes I'll just sit down and wonder where this hatred or where the hatred came from, until I saw a post that says children do not know how to hate a parent unless a parent had taught that child how to hate. I think my mother hated me for no reason and I do not know why. And now she acts like she's the most loving woman and she loves me so much and wants me to be calling her, when I know it is all pretense. I started plotting my escape because she had told me countless times that I was her problem. She would take me to go and kneel down in a shrine, saying they should do some kind of cleansing for me. I don't know what they were doing. Where I knew my mother hated me was when she took me to a select church, knowing fully well that I do not like the white garment church because I don't know, I just have something against them. And then I told her that I don't know why these people walk barefooted to their church when they can easily wear a slippers. I just could not understand as a child, and then I was telling her, and do you know that my mother took me to this church, took me to the prophetess, and I don't know what she told the prophetess, and they said we needed to go and do some cleansing. Unfortunately for me, when I got back to the church, someone had stolen my slippers and my mother made me walk barefooted from the church to the house. That was when I knew that truly everything she was saying about how she hated me was true. So I think I started hating her from that time. Yeah, my mother had also told me that my education was worthless, that she was never going to invest a dime, that instead I should be the one making her money for bringing me into this world. I went years without speaking to any of my parents. And when I finally reconciled or reconnected with my family, I thought that my life was going to be better, but it wasn't the case. So I decided to come to Lagos at the age of, I think, 11 or 12 years old. Looking back, I realized that no experience in your life is ever wasted. Living with my uncle in Benue State, I had to learn how to take care of myself from a very young age and be hardworking. It actually helped me when I came to Lagos. I had to depend on the skills that I had learned from my uncle's house. Yeah. Of which they thought it was punishment, but they were actually helping me in reality. On getting to Lagos, I decided education was very important to me and I was going to get an education. I did all kinds of hustle. I lived with different families. I met different people. At the end of the day, my hard work paid off. Did I get an education? Yes, I did. So I want to tell you to never be afraid of going after what you want, because it is worth it regardless of who you are or where you come from. you can have anything you want if you are willing to work for it and have your mindset intact. I was not afraid or ashamed of working hard for what I wanted. I wanted to become a better person, so I became one. So never be afraid of going after what you want, because when you become better, you not only become better for yourself, you become better for your family, you become better for those people who have mocked you, you become better for the society, and you become better for your community. You become better. And when you become better, even the people that did not want you would start coming back. They will start wanting to be in your life. They'll start contacting you. 3, it is perfectly okay to let go. Not everyone or everything is meant to be in your life forever, and that is perfectly fine. People come in your life for different reasons. Some to teach you, some to use you, and others to bless you. You know the difference between someone who was sent to kill you, betray you, and someone who is sent to bless you. Know people for who they are in your life and know what you expect them to be. Because I had serious abandonment issues, I always gravitated or attracted people to me who were emotionally distant. People who were not emotionally available to give me the kind of love that I deserved or wanted. And this is something that I was going for. I had to start examining myself and letting go of people who did not treat me right. I had to sit down and ask myself that what was making me allow someone treat me in that manner. Why am I accepting to be treated in a way that I do not like? As my friend's mother would say, carry chairs, sit down, pick your friends like bees. I had to do that. I had to sit down, and start analyzing the people in my life and what value they were bringing to me or what value I was adding to their lives. And if there were no common interest or value, why was I accepting these people to be in my life? Why was I allowing them in the first place? And letting go of certain people allowed me space for new opportunities. And I am not the only one that has let go. It is also about me accepting other people letting me go in their own life too. Because while I was evaluating myself and, trying to be better, I'm sure that people too might be doing the same thing for themselves. So it is okay it is okay for people to cut you off and decide that they never want to speak to you again. And it is okay for you to also cut other people off and decide not to speak to them again. And I also realized that letting go allowed me to make space for new opportunities, new experiences, and it also created space for people who align with my journey in life. 4, forgiveness is not about the person that has hurt you. It is about you. Forgive people not because they deserve to be forgiven, but because you deserve to heal. You deserve a good life and you deserve to be free. For crying out loud, the fact that you forgive somebody does not mean you have to give them access back into your life. You can forgive them and you don't even have to tell some people that you are forgiving them. You can just forgive them, you by yourself, knowing that yes, you've forgiven and let go. So sometimes the easiest way to forgive someone is to always constantly and continuously pray for them and bless them. Sometimes when you forgive, you feel like you cannot forget because the memory keeps repeating itself. The easiest way to do that is to say, oh, I bless you and I release you from my thought. Call their names and say, I bless you, I forgive you, and I release you from my thoughts. And you pray for them. Whatever you want to say to them, you pray for them, you ask God to bless them, to prosper them, to help them find healing. Or you can also write a letter to them, pour out your mind, and then maybe tear it or burn it. Whatever you want, but just pour out your heart in the letter, telling them everything that they have done to you and how you've forgiven them. You forgive them not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be happy, right? And sometimes people might even hurt you, people might even do you dirty and never even see it as a problem. Sometimes they are not even aware that they've hurt you. That is why you have to that is why you have to have a forgiving heart. The fact that you've forgiven them does not mean they will not have to face their own karma, but that is not left for you to decide. Leave it to God. He fights your battles, so just leave it, forgive and leave it to God. 5, gratitude changes everything. No matter how bad you feel your life is, there's always something to be grateful for. I I started focusing on what I had instead of what I did not have, and that shifted my whole perception in life. I started watching other people and understood that their life is not perfect, so is mine. People have their own problems, and so do I. What makes the difference is how they are able to manage their problem with calm and serenity. In all things, give thanks to God because it could have been worse. And giving thanks does not necessarily mean you throwing a big party and having a celebration. It could just be you waking up every morning and saying, God, thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the air that I breathe. Thank you because I can see. Thank you because I can walk. Thank you because I have a job. Thank you because I have food to eat, because some can eat but have no food. Thank you because I look this good and smell good. Thank you for the wonderful family that I have. Thank you. Just thank God for the basic things that you have. And as you are thankful, you attract more things to be thankful for. And when you focus on the things you don't have, you will still attract more of what you don't have. Life is not perfect, but appreciating the blessings of life makes life much more fulfilling. So my dear, these are a few lessons I have learned, and I hope they resonate with you. I am now understanding that life is a journey of growth and discovery. And I am very grateful for every step that has gotten me where I am today. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful ride with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section. I will see you in the next.